Hello, all you future forecasting group fans out there. Welcome to another crypto viewing project. We have a very interesting coin this evening. Hopefully, it'll be fun, entertaining, and we actually have a nice special guest. Mr. Marty is here to help give us some expertise on this. I wanted to give a quick target reveal so that everybody knows what we will be talking about. So, it's the big green frog. It's Pepe. Which is a bit of a, this was interesting for me. We haven't really done a whole lot of meme coins, especially lately. So this was interesting. So what we essentially asked the viewers to do is look at Pepe's activity for the next 2 years and record their data in charts and graphs. So yeah, I am really curious to see what data the guys brought back from this. First up on the block is Derek. So let's see your session.
All right, clearing my mind here. Some S2 phonics, unusual, hope. The boss is a good leader. People stand behind him and are not afraid to disagree. Not surrounded by yes men, but he's well liked in his role. Even though those he answers to hold him in high esteem and are confident in him. Open, honest, articulate, and wise. He's the right man to lead the organization into the future. Investor sentiment, keep this if you own it. Safe for long-term growth, could be one of the few bigger names. Will make crypto millionaires. Watch for vertical integration, expansion into other projects, and mergers, acquisition of smaller projects. And I didn't see hardly any movement here over the short term, and some modest gains over the next 12 and 24 months.
All right, Dick, let's take a peek at your session.
I don't get an idea that this is connected to any physical things. It and everything associated with it is completely digital. An entire new infrastructure only in cyberspace. It is completely fluid. So I got the idea that there's nothing to this. It was just air. It's just, all it is fluid liquidity, like, okay, put your money in it. I did see on the chart that it could have a run and then a dip, but might have a couple of peaks. But my idea was this, it was nothing, is the way I'd sum it up. Like I couldn't get an idea that it did anything. Nothing was connected to it. So, yeah. I got to show one more thing. This is funny. I did see some of the people. I got this woman, but look, this is funny. It's just somebody with big lips, but it was the frog. Didn't get much on this. Just like, it's probing air, which is pretty much what it is.
Edward, let's see what you got. I believe you did 2 sessions on this one, I think.
I did. Let's take a look at the first one. So I wonder, what is the fundamental aspect of this project? And this is what it was. It was fiat onboarding to be used in various sectors. Distribution, basically, you're bringing money in and it's getting put into the blockchain. And the removal of fiat, convert all fiat. That was really the main thing. That's all it was for, was basically get cash out of the market and into the digital realm. That was it. The big pump is on the way. Oh, I don't remember that. This will increase FOMO and bring in more fiat. More FOMO, more conversion. Fiat gets sucked in, some goes back, and some gets sucked in again. Fiat dilutes and breaks apart eventually. So I want to know, how do people feel about New Year's Day 2025? Felt solid. People are holding it, using it. No sense of mass sell-offs that I could tell. What about New Year's Day 2026? Seemed to be some activity, some movement. Seems active. My charts were not very active. It seemed that the activity part was in sometime maybe the end of next year. That was really the main thing. That it was really the only thing about the project was to take cash fiat money off the table and put it into the digital sector, and that was it.
All right, Sean, you are next on the block.
Okay. I've done a couple crypto targets now, and I've never had this come up as my visual ideogram. So it was like a sewer, water coming out of a sewer pipe, and didn't make any sense. But now that when you guys were talking about this being a shit coin, where does shit go? In the sewer, right? And this is shaped like a coin, so I don't know. I like to do analysis on remote viewing, and I see a lot of metaphors, so that's one interpretation of this. Got these two guys shaking hands, and I clearly got a sunset. But I heard the words key features disabled. Not sure what that was about. We got some sort of a deal being made, agreement of resource sharing for mutual benefit. Edwards talk about, bringing money into the digital realm, kind of felt like maybe that's what this is relating to. Something significant about some sort of a chain or a link being broken, and tons and tons of servers, like there's a big operation going on.
All right, Nyiam, let's see what you got.
Yeah, sure. One thought here, something that I kind of noticed working some of the other tokens is like, this one's a part of Ethereum, like it's an Ethereum token. So it could be that, some of that bigger data could be Ethereum, right? Because it's a part of the Ethereum network. It could be, some of the viewers could be picking up on that. I mean, there isn't much to PEPE itself, but
That's a very interesting point.
like the stuff with Derek's, like, big infrastructure and stuff, like maybe Ethereum has that stuff in the future. I don't know if PEPE is going to have that, but I guess we'll have to see. But I say that because I've gotten this a couple times. Like I've gotten the Ethereum logo in some of these token ones that are on Ethereum. So it was just something that crossed my mind. Like when I saw this, I thought, okay, this is maybe Ethereum or something on Ethereum. But this was interesting. I saw a guy with like long hair, and I get the sense of like he's into consciousness and psychedelics, and like that was just seemed weird to me. Like this didn't look like a typical kind of crypto guy. But I was reading about PEPE, and the only name that it came up in it was Matt Fury, who's the guy who actually drew the PEPE character. Like he's the guy who made the original drawing of PEPE, who created it, and he's a psychedelic artist, and this is a picture of him there. So I thought that was pretty sure that's the guy I saw there. And this is another reason why I say maybe Ethereum, because I get like minting, ownership, transmission, transactions per second, high bandwidth, proof of performance, a lot of up and down movement, turbulent rise. Feels like it's hitting a ceiling like multiple times, like a slow progression with multiple peaks. Tried to move to October 2024. It felt like it was mostly moving sideways, waiting. It felt almost dead, like dead or not very active. January 2025 felt like there's some energy to it. It's more active, it's climbing. But May 2025 felt like, and for the charts, for the month, it felt like it's going to have a pretty big decline, which I mean has already happened this month, and then picks back up over the year, ups and downs with some positive area around the 6th. That's what I get for the old PEPE.
Yeah, I think it's a really good point you brought up about the Ethereum thing, because that does seem to make a lot of sense based on the data. All right. Daz, are you ready to share your session?
The consciousness was interesting. I moved the consciousness on this one. It felt very hush-hush, quiet and covert. And I had this real cartoon character kind of thing, which, is pretty good for the no-go character, this kind of thing. But yeah, all about like being young and unsure and hiding until all this unwinds.
So in order to get some footing and some grounding in this project, let's take a peek and see what Marty has to say about the charts and kind of the overall projection for this project.
Let's have a quick peek at the chart here. So this is the PEPE chart. And here's what I see. I ran the numbers again and again. It only goes back to 23. So we've only got a year worth of data. But here's what I've got. I've got some solid support around this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, 4, which reminds me of what's the other meme coin we've got?
Shiba.
Shiba, exactly. And again, like I said, look at this. Now, it's not absolutely huge.